Hi there, how's it going today? So I thought that I would talk about another house blend that I have. I got this 2 years ago, and it's a Havana Castle house blend. It's the one with the black band, and it's called Front Street. It says it's handmade, Habano, and it's a premium cigar. So I'll let you take a look at that if you like. And you can see it appears to be very well constructed. It's been in my humidor for 2 years. So before I talk a little bit about it, let's get it lit. So first I'm going to trim the cap. I've had trouble with this cigar before, different ones in the tin, because I tend to take too much off and then it unravels. But I believe we got a pretty nice cut. Now, one of the difficulties with the Front Street Habano is that it has a very tight draw. If you try to breathe through it, you'll find that the flavor is very nice, but it's hard to get a full breath through. So I think you can put in a draw enhancer, which is a sort of a metal rod that you can stick through here, through the shoulder and down, to kind of pull out a little bit of tobacco and make an air channel so that you can get a better draw. Or you can just put up with it and have a much slower smoking experience. So let's light it. It's a nice calm day today. Snowing just a little bit. I'm going to try and light it with my Zippo. Now, I tried this in a video once before, and as you can see, the flame doesn't really want to participate. There we go. And what you want to do is put the cigar just above the flame, because that's the hottest point of the flame. And from there, you just want to toast around the edges so you get a nice white ring. But also you want to ignite the center so that you get a nice, lovely white burn on it. Blowing on it also tells you when it lights up, if you blow on it. Can't quite see it because it's daylight, but I can see that the middle is not quite there yet. So I'm just going to light it a little more. I think between butane and flame, my preference is flame. Matches are very nice too, if you have the luxury of being able to smoke indoors. There we go. You can see there's sort of a white ring around the outside now. So time for the first puff. Ah, that's delightful. Sort of a peppery leather flavor. It's lovely. So now that we have the cigar ready to go, I'll tell you a little bit about it. So again, this is the Havana Castle Black Band. They have their own house blend called Front Street, and that's one of these. And their description is, if you want a lot of body from a cigar, you'll find that our beloved Black Havana Castle really fits the bill. It's for the mature smoker who wants more bold and strong taste. This cigar is loaded with earthy character and it provides tons of impressive and pleasurable richness. Designed specifically for full-body fans, this popular cigar features a dark, spicy, and fragrant wrapper, which is a leaf grown from a Cuban seed. Its filler, origin, and binder are Nicaraguan. If you want to know more about Nicaraguan cigars, check out my previous review where I talked about the Summer of '79 Robusto collection. I talked a little bit about Nicaraguan cigars there. Now, it goes on to describe the different versions that you can get. You can choose a short, stubby Robusto shape with 5 inches by 50 ring gauge, or a longer, thicker torpedo silhouette, which has a 52 ring gauge and a 6.5 inch length. This is a Toro, I believe. I'm not quite sure what the length is, but let's say maybe 6 by 50. I was on a kick where I wanted to get big chunky cigars like Arnold Schwarzenegger would smoke, and I believe he smokes a Punch Toro, and Punch is a different company that makes cigars. Well, this delicious cigar may not be the best choice for beginners. It's perfect for seasoned cigar aficionados. If you're into food and cigar matching, consider pairing this full-body smoke with a succulent steak and smashed potatoes. That sounds pretty good. I've also written out here different pairings that you can have with cigars. Ah, that's really lovely. When you go to an actual tobacco shop, it has this wonderful smell there. I wish I could describe it to you. You can get candles that have a tobacco flavor. I think that's the closest you'll get if you don't actually smoke cigars. But it's a really nice, earthy aroma. It's very flavorful. It's like a chocolate and pepper mix. It's rich, and it's not at all like a cigarette, which is sort of harsh, ashy flavor. Not that I smoke cigarettes, but from the smell alone, I much prefer a cigar. So I printed out some information on different pairings you can have. Some pairings include things like coffee, a stout beer, whiskey, rum. This one's from smallbatchhouseware.com, and it says that stouts are known for their rich, roasty, and sometimes sweet flavors, often featuring notes of chocolate, coffee, and caramel. So when selecting a cigar to pair with a stout, it is generally recommended to choose cigars that can match the stout's intensity and richness. Medium to full-body cigars with flavors of dark chocolate, earthiness, or spice can provide an excellent counterpoint to the deep flavors of stouts. And one example of a stout would be Guinness. That's a very nice beer. Something to avoid: you shouldn't pair cigars with white spirits like gin or vodka, as the cigar can overpower the spirit. So you want everything to be balanced. From havanahouse.co.uk, a stronger flavored or more alcoholic drink should go with a full-bodied cigar, while a lighter drink should be enjoyed with lighter smoke. This is so that one flavor does not overwhelm the other, causing more subtle notes to get lost. And I think that they're talking more specifically about rum. You can get dark rums, you can get light rums, all kinds of different types, amber rums. Goes on to say complementary flavors. Another key aspect of pairing is finding complementary flavor notes. For example, an alcohol with a good smokiness to it would pair well with a rich cigar, while a cigar with nutty caramel notes might work wonderfully with a square of chocolate. Some people even pair things like cheese with their cigars. I think the best is probably coffee for a nice full bodied cigar, or a dark rum. Talks about geographical factors. Typically, products from similar regions will also work well together due to the similarities in strength that the growing conditions create. With the sugar used from rum grown in the same regions as tobacco in Cuba and other rum producing countries, this is another factor in why the pairing works so well. And then pairing rums, for a general rule, dark rum goes with a full-bodied, rich cigar, spiced rum with medium-bodied cigars that offer spicy or woody notes, and light rum with mild cigars with gentler or subtler flavors. I'm also going to put in the description a link to a website from Cigar Aficionado where they talk about pairings with rum specifically. I think that would be really nice for you to read. It has all kinds of wonderful information about what is a best brand to pair with a cigar. They talk about the Florida Cana, Plantation, several other types. I think it would be a nice thing if you can afford an expensive rum to go with your cigar. Definitely something to appreciate. Something about cigars, too, is that the bottom here, the foot of the cigar, generally has a different flavor profile than the body or the shoulder. And so the more you smoke, the richer the experience becomes. The more you smoke of this cigar, that is. You can taste different flavor profiles with your palate. And come to appreciate all the craftsmanship that's gone into a cigar. It's very relaxing. If you're an anxious person, smoking a cigar will really calm you down. And it also lets you appreciate the scenery around you. Gently falling snow, gray skies, people driving around. So I don't know whether to keep you on this entire time that I smoked the cigar, but I will say that this one in particular is very well constructed. It's very flavorful. It has a very nice Cuban seed grown wrapper. It says it's a Habano, which would be a Cuban cigar, but it's actually Nicaraguan with a Cuban seed wrapper. The price, I believe I got 20 of these for $175 2 years ago, and they've been keeping warm in my humidor ever since, and I really recommend them. The Black Band in particular is a full-bodied cigar. If you want something lighter, they have other bands. You can talk to the tobacconist at the shop. I'm sure that whoever that is will help you to pick out a cigar for you, something that is just suited to your flavor profile. Are you the sort of person who enjoys a coffee every morning, maybe a few times a day, or do you really look forward to your nightly ounce of rum or whiskey? They say that a Scotch blend goes really well with a cigar. So that's something that I can recommend as well. So for the price, I think it's well worth it. It would have been about $200, about $10 a cigar for 20, but the tobacconist I talked to was very nice and gave me a discount, so it came to $175. I think if you buy in bulk, that's another good reason to stock up on a larger quantity of cigars. You'll get a discount, hopefully, or maybe they'll throw in something like matches for free, and you'll get to know them too. I hope to one day make a video where I go to a tobacconist shop, do a tour, and talk with the owner so that we can learn more about cigars together. It's very mild now, not too strong. Nice head of ash. A good head of ash indicates a well constructed cigar. If it flakes and pulls apart and falls apart, then you know that the wrapper was done by someone who was a bit inexperienced at rolling the cigar. Or perhaps it was machine rolled, in which case it's a more affordable cigar, but then you get issues like the wrapper unraveling on you. Really depends on the luck of the draw, I think. Nice winter's day. Well, I'm going to leave you with that thought. Thank you so much for watching. And if you have any questions or comments about cigars, please leave them in the description below. I look forward to reading your comments and talking with you about cigars. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. Hmm.